good evening, speedrunners. My name is Professor Ross. I'm here today with the podcast. Welcome to Joy of Speedrun. First of all, I'd like to thank you for allowing us into your homes to share this speedrunning showcase. If it's the first time you just want to extend a personal invitation, go ahead and drag out your controllers and run along with us. We have a wonderful race today. I think you're going to just love between MM2 NES cartridge, King of the Hill, Farfelu, and Glove. We're going to introduce them just here in a minute, but first, I want to say hello to my wonderful co-commentator, Bob Nassix. Bob, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Professor. I'm doing very well today. We have a wonderful RBO showcase for all of you. Our runners are MM2 NES cartridge, King of the Hill 47, Farfelu, and Glove. Please, everybody, give them we thank you for watching us tonight. And runners, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm MM2. I'm going to be running double Meridia, and my PB is about a 1:14:32.
What is up, everyone? Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. All right, go ahead.
Alright, my name is Glove. My PB is a 1 hour, 14 minute, and 55 seconds, and I'll be running Double Meridia Moondance route.
Alright, I am King of the Hill, and I have like a 108 or something like that, and I will be running a single Meridia double Norfair. Oh, yeah.
I am Farfelu, and my personal best is 1-9 something, but it was with a single Norfair route, so I'm clearly not doing that in a race. I will be doing a double Norfair with a single Meridia route, not the same as King of the Hill, but very similar with early ice and early grapple beam.
Well, that sounds great. Well, Professor, I think it's about time for the runners to start their countdown, and then we'll get off to this race pretty soon. And, first place we're going to go is a nice blue place called Ceres Station.
Sounds excellent. Looks like there's just a little bit of an audio issue on my end. Hopefully I'm coming through a little clearer now. Can you confirm there, Bob Nassix?
You sound wonderful, Prof.
Excellent. Alright, we're just going to be getting off and started here on Ceres Station real soon. Just a little bit of chill Super Metroid After Dark today for you with this very, very easy and chill RBO category. What are we going to be seeing today from our runners? Bob Nassix, I think we're going to have some excellent showcase and display.
I think so. I think we're going to have a wonderful time together. We're going to visit a lot of wonderful, colorful areas. We're going to be facing a lot of different kind of dangers, and everybody at home, get out your Super Metroid cartridge and play along with us, please.
Alright, and here comes the countdown, folks. We are just getting ready to lift off onto Ceres Station for what should be an excellent race.
I think my favorite part about RBO is the variety and the many different ways you can showcase your own special talents. As you have heard from the runners, they're all going to be running a variety of different routes. So we're going to get to see quite a lot of Planet Zebbies, and we're going to see it all in a completely different order. So this is totally different than your intended order of Super Metroid. We're going to fight Ridley first, and then after that we're going to fight Draygon, and then Phantoon, and then Kraid. But the crazy thing about that is the Varia suit, which protects you from heat damage, that's behind Kraid, and usually you would need the Varia suit to go in the heated areas, especially lower Norfair, where you would find Ridley. And then you have Meridia, which is where you'll find Draygon, but because you have to defeat Draygon before Phantoon, you won't get that beautiful pink or purple suit, depending on your personal preference. So there's a lot of wild and crazy shenanigans that you're going to see today, and we hope you enjoy it quite a lot.
And here we go. We are off and away. Ooh, some very beautiful sprite changes here for two of our runners. MM2 NES cartridge on the top left, and Glove on that bottom right. Really lovely colors, like a nice, cool phthalo blue on each of those Samus sprites.
Dare I say, is that a little titanium white with that purple down in the bottom right?
I think it just might be.
And in the top right, we have some cad yellow.
Well, we're going to see Ridley twice in this run tonight. This is definitely the easy version. Both of them are going to be suitless, but one of them is going to be quite a bit more awful than the other ones. So we'll just make our way through this early part of Series Station and see what kind of times these runners are posting. Probably have 45s and 46s, but who knows? Maybe even a 47. We definitely have some runners of some excellent caliber here with us tonight who run a huge array of Super Metroid categories. And I think just in general, any runner that's tackling the reverse boss order category really just deserves all the credit in the world. This is absolutely no joke, and as I always like to say, if you don't have a plan for more or less every single room in this run, this category will absolutely smack you down. Here we go. We've got 44s and 45s across the board. Respectable times for all of our runners. Pretty close race to start us off. No major issues with steam. Oh, and look at that beautiful phthalo blue Samus ship.
Yep, and we're also going to see a lot of happy little explosions today. And I'd also like to welcome our friends from SpeedGaming 2. We're watching a reverse boss order run with Super Metroid, and we want to welcome all 190 of you. That's quite a party. Break out your Super Nintendo and your Super Metroid cartridge and enjoy this run with us, please.
Yeah, thank you for that raid, SpeedGaming 2, and welcome to the joy of speedrunning. We've had actually quite a wonderful showing of Super Metroid over the course of this excellent, about week-long SNES Super Stars marathon so far. And we still have a couple more categories coming up after this. There's some any % classic old route still to come. It's really been wonderful. We've seen a whole array of categories from 100% to low ice, beamless 8 shots. The list just goes on and on. I think there still might be a GT Classic race coming up too. Is that right, Bob Nastix?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be doing that one with Papa Schmo, and you can watch these races live, but also in syndication. When we finish this, finish these runs, you'll be able to go back and see them again and, play along with the runners. I do want to point out that Farfaloo is falling at the appropriate fall speed, so nice to see one of our runners not using Moonwalk. However, one of our runners will use a trick specifically with Moonwalk, so let's be on the lookout for that. Like we said before, these runners are all running their own individual routes, and each of their routes are just special, just like all of you.
For those of you who are familiar with most other vanilla Super Metroid categories, all of this is obviously going to look very, very similar to you. There is an early divergence that the world record route takes in reverse boss order. We'll actually go over to those Brinstar, retro Brinstar missiles in the ceiling and do that pretty insane taco tank trick. And we won't be seeing that today, but some of these runners I expect will be coming down shortly to pick that up after reawakening the planet.
We're seeing nice gap skips from King of the Hill and MM2 NES cartridge, both advocates of keyboard usage. King of the Hill is opting to skip the early Brin tank completely, meanwhile Farfaloo and MM2 are going down for the early tank. Glove is not going to do that, not necessary to get that much protection early on, because Glove will be spending some time down with our happy little Etikun friends down in Green Brinstar shortly after he executes the Moon Dance.
Nice D-boost there for MM2 into that ceiling energy tank. We'll probably get the same here from Farfaloo. There it is, first try for both of our runners. Excellent job. Meanwhile, King of the Hill and Glove already at their bomb chorizo fight, using slightly different setups here for BT. Pretty friendly drop distribution for King of the Hill. And for Glove, excellent. Looks like we'll have one-round fights for both of them. Oh, almost. There's Glove cleaning up BT. Easy peasy.
Always nice to see our runners avoid the decapitation animation and have a clean BT fight. 1 round or 2 round, no big deal. There's a excellent point from Simo Rocks out there. I'm going to have to agree with Simo. That's one thing I really enjoy about getting the early Brin tank is the BT fight is basically free when you have 5 missiles going in after you break the door with the 5 missiles initially. So, that's something that MM2 is... that's something King of the Hill did not have, and something that MM2 and Farflu will have.
And now we have our other 2 runners coming into BT on the left-hand side, while King of the Hill and Glove make their way down into Brinstar. Brinstar, of course, as you'll notice, can be broken up into several segments that we like to designate by their beautiful colors. Right here, this is the phthalo green section of Brinstar.
You're absolutely right about that, Prof. That's actually one of my favorite things about this game, is that it gets more and more colorful as you go through it. It's almost like it's a beautiful painting. Now, what you'll see right there is King of the Hill is picking up a reserve tank. That reserve tank is going to be extremely important when we get to the more violent sections of the game. When we enter, Norfair. We enter Upper Norfair and we enter Lower Norfair. And that reserve tank is going to play a very important role when we get to the Ridley fight. So we'll fill you in on that a little bit later. Right now, King of the Hill is making through with great haste, going to head all the way through Pink Brinstar. Glove is going to take a very short pit stop in the room that, the Gold Mockball room that King of the Hill is in right now. And Glove is going to do a little dance, a little Happy Moon dance, a little wiggle, a little back and forth, a little back and forth. You can try it at home.
Yeah, and there's Glove setting up the bomb orientation for these blocks. If you have not seen this before, maybe get your emotes ready in chat for Moondance. This is quite a special sight to see. It's going to be a series of, I believe, 176 consecutive moonfalls, and after each one, Samus's speed will be stored. And as long as Glove can execute that correctly and maintain all of that stored speed, they will be able to clip nice and easy, lemon peasy squeezy through the floor, and avoid needing to actually collect power bombs to get down into the green Eticunes area.
I'm actually very excited that Glove is doing Moonwalk. When we were talking about this RBO race, I had mentioned that, and Glove will be doing the Moondance route. And somebody was like, they will? And I said, well, yeah, Glove, I would assume Glove would do it. Glove loves Moondance. I mean, has brought it up many times in the multi-extension category tournament that we had months ago. And Glove's like, I am? And I'm like, yeah. So Glove told me earlier today, said, well, I just kind of rerouted this, so I'm going to be running a new route tonight. So I hope, feast your eyes on this. This is a wonderful display. Some really cool Super Metroid tech, and when Glove goes back into Green Brinstar, you'll see why Moondance is so special. It allows us early access to some items that will be very important for later on, and will save Glove a significant bit of time over some of the other runners in the early game.
Answer a question in the chat. Not 100% sure about the number of supers here. I believe Glove may be running with 25. But we will we'll hold off on any answers to that for just a second. Let's see how this Moondance work, and there it is. A successful clip that scored all speed, making their way through those power blocks and into early access to this Edacoon area. Coming up in this next room here in a minute, on the bottom right of your screen, you're going to see a few happy little Edacoons. They want to be friends, and everyone needs a friend, so we're just going to stop by and say hello to those sweet little creatures.
We have somebody in the chat mentioning that there was a 100% race that utilized Moonwalk in one of the earlier runs, and you were absolutely correct. I did the commentary for that. And, my professor here was a runner in that race, so thank you for watching that, and I'm really happy to hear that you remembered. You're back for some more Super Metroid. Thank you.
Yeah, in fact, the Moondance route was the first place route in that 100% run by Mr. Guy Average, playing well above average with a beautiful 118, a really excellent time.
That proves that absolutely without a question that Moondance is the fastest 100 route.
Yep, that is certainly indisputable. All right, well, there's a lot of action going on our screen right now. It's going to be a little bit difficult to keep up with all of it, but we'll do our best here. Top right of your screen, you're going to see a safety save here before the first hell runs of the route from King of the Hill. Always a good safety save here. We'll probably end up seeing, I expect, somewhere between between 3 and as many as 5 saves from our runners. This is an extremely volatile category. If you have any familiarity with the wildness of suitless Norfair and suitless Meridia, it's wet and it's hot and it can be pretty ouch sometimes. So we're going to wish our runners the best of luck. King of the Hill here should be comfortable with 2 tanks and a reserve. Pretty smooth start through Cathedral. Now into Rising Tide and opting with the safer lower deck strategy here.
So I do want to answer somebody in chat asking about suit colors. Our runners are using palette swaps, so they will not be getting any suits except for the potentially getting Varia's suit as a safety after they kill Kraid. These are just palette swaps, just so they're, to individualize their characters a little bit. King and Batcave really doing a really great job getting that energy. You're going to see that King is going to take heat damage the entire time he's in these rooms. The game expects you to have defeated Kraid and gotten Varia's suit at this point. So the heat is damaging King of the Hill right now because he does not have the Varia suit as well. We kill Kraid last. So the other runners are going to be going through the same thing. Now Glove, having executed Moondance and getting access to Edacoon's a little bit earlier, will have more energy in the section of the game that King of the Hill is right now, and Farfaloo and MM2 NES cartridge have 1 extra E-tank compared to King. So King of the Hill is going to have the tighter of the early hell runs, is what we call them. So going to be basically racing against time. So energy is time. Right now, that's important. Energy is time. When we get down to lower Norfair, it's going to change a little bit where energy is time, but also supers are time. So we're going to be collecting enough E-tanks and super missiles, power bombs to get to lower Norfair and kill Ridley first. So you're right, Prof. There is almost, I'm going to start getting excited because we're in some really intense parts of the games already. I might have to drop my calm demeanor in a few minutes here. But yeah, things are heating up really, really quick, and everybody just get ready because it's about to be lit.
A look at this beautiful sync we have here on the left side of your screen. MM2 NES cartridge and Farfaloo both executing their first set of hell runs without problem, making their way into Bat Cave above Bubble Mountain, executing their farms without any trouble whatsoever. King of the Hill now making their way over to Wave. This is definitely a little bit of a tricky bit. Perfectly handled so far. And meanwhile, Glove's still doing a little bit of cleanup here on items before any sort of hell runs.
You can see the difference in energy by how much energy MM2 and Farfaloo are going to have when they come out of the speed hallway compared to what King of the Hill had. Also, you're going to see exactly why King of the Hill picked up the reserves and our other runners. You take a look, he's going to pop his reserve right now so that there's no shenanigans in the single chamber. Has to jump out of here, not take a spike hit. In this room, what we call a double chamber right here. So that's a bad jump, but King was very smart. did a nice little weave, got through those crumble blocks. Should have enough energy to get out of here as long as he doesn't get hit by one of these alcoons over here. And yeah, exactly.
Nicely
Look at
done.
that. Ooh, king. Beautifully executed.
That's an easy strat there. Just 2 hairs and some air.
Yep, gonna have to be quick here. Do a little wiggle between these blocks and fall right down. Oh, beautiful! Right on top there. We've got some energy drops. King being very, very risky, going into a non-heated room. So, did Glove skip an E-tank? I feel like Glove maybe didn't get wave, maybe wave gate. E-tank? I'm not sure. That's a good question, but Glove is picking up Ice Beam right now. And MM2 and Farfalu both getting out of the Wave Hell run, absolutely no problem. They're going to follow King of the Hill right down to Croc. Meanwhile, Glove is going to go to High Jump Boots and get the E-tank at High Jump Boots. Let's see if they can pull off this ice escape.
Yeah, and especially nice from the runners on the left side of our screen there is that they both managed to get through that Wave Hell run without popping their reserves, and that's going to be a huge time save, both not having to go through those reserves, expounding themselves, and also not having to refill those reserves. So really nicely done. A little bit of a different strategy here. MM going straight down and using the refill before Croc, and Farfalu using the bugs.
Well, I would like to answer a little bit in chat. Somebody mentioning that this guy is so crazy, and I'm assuming that we're talking about King of the Hill. King of the Hill does have a top 10 RBO time. It's also worth mentioning that an MM2 NES cartridge is the world record with a 30 super missile route. And Farfalu is in maybe the top 15, top 12. Farfalu is really high up in RBO, and Glove is somewhere, you know, in the top 20 or top 30. Glove is a very strong RBO runner. So, yeah, exactly. Very wild.
That's right, and MM2 NES cartridge has the top 30 supers time on the leaderboard right now with a mid 114. So we've got really some talented runners that all have some really excellent strat capacity, and they just do really, really well with this category. Seeing some really nice use of the Spazer beam here from all our runners, a really critical part of most RBO routes. You're really just a big full little beam there. Adds some damage and spreads out that beam nice and wide, like a little fan brush.
Glove has been on record saying that the Batcave is one of the scariest rooms in an RBO run. But you can see that doing the Moondance route and having one more E-tank compared to the rest of the runners at this point in the run, you can see how safe and cozy Glove will feel right there. Had over an E-tank worth of energy going in the Batcave and doing a very, very good job. So now, Prof, we might want to talk right now to our viewers exactly how much ammunition we're going to need and how many E-tanks we're looking to pick up to survive suitless lower Norfair, and the places that our runners are going to be going in order to get what they feel they need to be safe and comfortable.
Yeah, really what we're doing here is collecting ammunition, primarily supers, but to some degree thinking about our missiles and power bombs for crystal flashes. But really the goal of everything that is happening right here, pre-lower Norfair, is amassing enough energy and ballistics to take out Ridley. And traditionally what you'll see is that except for the world record route, which none of these runners are going to be running, which is a single Norfair, very low E-tank and super capacity of only 20 supers. These runners are going to be getting 25 or 30 super missiles, 30 of course being a sufficient number to completely do away with Ridley, and usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 9 E-tanks before getting into that Ridley room.
And so far, all of our runners have almost completely survived the scariest part of the early game. And what I like right now is once you successfully execute these early hell runs, there's kind of like a juxtaposition of speed and um, comfort here. You go from very rapid fire hell runs. Your movement has to be precise. You have to be very quick. You have to get out of all these scary rooms, and then it goes to a very kind of, I almost feel like, calm item collection phase. You're going to go revisit some of the prettier and more calm areas of the game, and then as soon as you do that and you finally have everything you need, then it goes back to being kind of like a wild and out of control, I don't know what's going to happen, like 10-minute period of just extreme stress, duress, and absolute fright. So that's actually one thing I really love about RBO is the complete difference in pace and the roller coaster of emotions that you go through when you play this category.
Hopefully on our bottom left we won't need to see Farfelu pop their reserves. Took a little unfortunate dip there in that alizarin crimson colored acid. Getting through here with a clean ice escape will do the trick. Let's just take a look at this. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. Excellent work. And on the right hand side you see King of the Hill now finally coming back. That phthalo blue Brinstar, cleaning up a little bit of the items in there.
Yeah, he saved a bit of time by getting that tank now as opposed to getting it when MM2 and Farflu did. And if you can kind of take a look at the routes that the runners are running, it's highly likely that with King's route that he'll find himself in Lower Norfair first. I do believe all runners are doing at least a single Meridia. I know Farfelu is doing single Meridia. I'm pretty sure King of the Hill is doing single Meridia. Meanwhile, Glove and MM2 will do double Meridia.
Double Meridia for half our runners. All of our runners, as you see, already dipped into Norfair, and we'll be running double Norfair. I think that's just prudent for a race situation like this. Ooh, unfortunate there for King of the Hill. Missing the bounce ball strat. Needs to go back there and clean that up just a little bit. Shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Those strats are right there in his controller. He just needs to coax them out. You can really appreciate the vast array of different strats and routes that are possible here in RBO. A lot of different ways to paint this painting.
Take a look at Glove had just almost too little energy with that Shine Spark. Just kind of snuck it in there, which is actually really good. Has energy in their reserves. However, it's possible to connect with one of those Meridia type enemies, and that would have been very bad news for Glove. But Glove is out of there safely. Meanwhile, MM2 is picking up power bombs now. We need a certain amount of missiles, super missiles, and power bombs to get through Lower Norfair. We need to do things called crystal flashes because you cannot pick up enough E-tanks to survive the entirety of Lower Norfair, without getting more E-tanks. And it's long enough down there that you have to do some crystal flashes, which will help you replenish all of your energy. You basically trade off ammo for energy. So that's going to be a really big feature of Lower Norfair. And, we didn't even talk about the best beam in the game, X-ray beam. So we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get down to Lower Norfair and we have to start farming. Meanwhile, all of the runners are in the item collection phase, so they're going to be getting a variety of super missiles, they're going to be getting a variety of power bombs, they're going to be getting a variety of missiles, and everybody will be picking up their favorite E-tanks. MM2 going to take a little voyage off to the western side of Zebby's and break through Gauntlet.
Yeah, we actually saw a less common but perfectly acceptable wraparound shot from MM2 NES cartridge. Rather than doing it from the upper right next to criteria power bombs, went from the underneath side of that platform and managed to get that wraparound to open that door on the left side and get through easily. Gonna take a second stab here at this spark. This is a kind of a tight stutter 3. Let's see. Oh, and there it is. Nicely done.
It was just a little bit low there, but I gotta say, Prof, MM2 has really, really improved over the last year and has been pushing some really remarkable times and shows excellent knowledge of the game. It has really neat strats, and this is a really cool route. Like I said, MM2 is running the world record, still gets 30 supers. I believe our other runners are going to get, let's see, King of the Hill and Farflu might get 25 supers. I believe Glove also will be getting 30 supers. And Glove still hasn't gone down to Crockemeyer and got an X-ray or grapple beam yet. So it's actually, I kind of like this route, Prof. This is really neat.
Yeah, that is really interesting. And of course, on the bottom left there, you see Farflu entering Gauntlet. Farflu did that more traditional wraparound shot from the top, so you got to see both of those demonstrated back to back. And all of our runners still in their cleanup phase here.
I gotta like the stones on Farflu, you know, doing those spike D boosts with no suit, being absolutely fearless.
Yeah, we've avoided any major issues so far in this run. I gotta say it's been super crisp and clean from all of our runners so far. Just the slightest bit of hiccups, but gosh, we've just had such a beautiful show for ourselves so far tonight.
I gotta agree with Sister. Glove's route is completely wild. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen this route too, and like I said, Glove kind of devised this route. I believe they said last night, they said that they put this route together. So, you know, it'll be nice to see them be able to pull this off. I think one of the draws to RBO is not only the balance between skill and brain, like it's just, there's so many different ways you can do it. You can really tailor the route to your abilities in the game, like the things you are best at. You know, the only things that are, you know, is like, how are you going to beat Ridley? How are you going to get into Lower Norfair? How are you going to get out of Lower Norfair? Me personally, I like to do Suitless Meridia. I like to do a double Meridia because Suitless Meridia is fun. I want to do it twice.
So nice, he did it twice. Well, we're getting pretty close to judgment time here. We're gonna start getting into some heated rooms again very shortly. These cleanup phases are just about ending, and things are getting a little hot and sweaty here. Just a minute for our runners.
I'm just so enamored with what everybody is doing right now. We have our first glimpse at Suitless Meridia. Glove is going to do Suitless Meridia here, not getting grapple beam, so I imagine that they are just going to get crab supers. I'm not expecting, there's not going to be a Mama Turtle play, so, and I highly doubt we're going to see a snail climb from Glove to get anywhere in Aqueduct. So I think we're just going to pick up crab supers, and then we're going to dip out of Meridia and head straight to Lower Norfair. Well, actually, no. Glove still has to go and get grapple beam from Croc. So this is really cool. This is quite a treat right here. And got Spore Spawn supers from MM2. We're going to get the Wavegate E-Tank from Flu. King of the Hill is just trucking. I think I'm going to tell you, Prof, my energy and excitement is about to go up a little bit. I can't hold it in anymore. I'm like broken out of a trance, and I'm about ready to just take in this. I'm about ready to take everything in right now.
Well, I have to tell you, Bob Nassix, my energy has been up through the roof since the start of this race here. This is about as excited as I've ever been for a Super Metroid run.
And the energy is palpable in the room. I can feel it. Glove is going to go to Mama Turtle. So Glove should be able to do this, right? Are they going to use bombs? Or how without grapple beam, how are you going to get this? You're going to run to there. Okay, you're going to use. They're going to use a rando strat. Boom. All right.
Glove, of course, very well versed with randomizers and a lot of the, say, more obscure and unusual tech. I'll tell you what, that's what makes them beautiful, and that's what makes this game beautiful.
Beautiful is right, and all of these runners all run an extreme variety of Super Metroid categories. You know, Farfaloo, very, very well known as an RBO runner and also a very strong A Link to the Past and SNZ3 runner. Glove does a bunch of, you know, like a bunch of every category, you know, has a really good any percent time, has a really good hundo time. They're pretty remarkable. Runner who favors categories like RBO in North Korea. King of the Hill does very obscure low percent categories. And also successfully won, I think, the first low percent ice race that I've ever seen where the runner did not pick up ice until after Lower Norfair. And MM2 NES cartridge is the community's absolute Mappo and true completion aficionado. If you haven't heard him talk about it, you will at some point. I'm sure he'll fit that in. And I got to go with Suzreem here. Between King and Farfaloo right now, we have near dead sync, just about going into Lower Norfair. And with the differences in routes, this is pretty exciting. So, what is King doing? Did King forget Ice Beam? No.
No, King has Ice Beam.
Save.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm less good. For a minute there, for a minute there, I was like, dude, what are you doing? So with that, Farfaloo is going to be the first of our runners going into Lower Norfair, and I don't think Farfaloo took a safety save there. Farfaloo generally runs and never saves. Like, I don't think Farfaloo has saved since they were at like 119 or 120 for RBO. So this could be a one chance and done for Farfaloo. I don't know where his save is. I have complete confidence that Farfaloo can do this, but oh my God, what a gorgeous
wow. That was pretty. My goodness.
And look at those grapple swings from King of the Hill, just showing absolute knowledge of the category, knowledge of the runes, knowledge of the tech.
I have to say I was expecting a save from Farfaloo, maybe just at the top of the elevator there, but we are just going for it here. Goodness gracious, Farfaloo. Incredible. Of course, our lava dive on the top right here for King of the Hill.
Well, Prof, I got to say, you got to see, that's why the reserve tank is so important, because watch this. After King of the Hill saves, if King of the Hill saves here, he's going to get on the elevator the same way Farfaloo did, and the reserves will pop at the bottom. So basically, King of the Hill is going to be taking damage the entire time he goes down the elevator. But because he does not have control of Samus, the reserve tank is not going to pop until he gets off the elevator, at which point he'll execute a Crystal Flash. And I got to tell you right now, this is absolutely insane. What Farfaloo did, a Green Gate glitch to go get Screw Attack, going to farm some Super Missiles, going to fight GT, going to get more Super Missiles. King of the Hill executing a Crystal Flash. What is a Crystal Flash? You know, some people might be looking there and going, "Oh my God, what on earth is happening right now? What's that ball of light? What's going on?" Basically, you give 10 missiles, 10 super missiles, 10 power bombs in order to replenish all your energy. It's called a Crystal Flash. King of the Hill right now going for a Green Gate glitch. There's going to have to refill this. There's just so much going on, and I've just now gotten so excited.
I can feel it, Bob Nassix. I can feel it.
Dude,
all right. King of the Hill now through their section. And we've got 20 super missiles so far on the bottom left for Farfaloo, but now up to 25. This should be the last super pack that they'll be collecting. And here comes that GT fight, manipulating GT into the corner. You'll
Glove, unfortunately, getting the sad ball over there on the bottom right-hand side.
You'll see Farfaloo load up all 25 of these super missiles into GT. Of course, GT catching a lot of those, and only 3 or 4 out of those are going to be hitting GT while he throws some of those back. And now farming up I'll tell you, this is where that tickle beam, that good old grapple beam, is going to really come in handy here. It is an absolute essential part of RBO, and you're going to see these runners utilize it in a lot of places in Lower Norfair for farming. Farflu now farming back up those super missiles. I'm going to get to a comfortable place here, farming up as fast as possible. This is actually the optimal place to farm back those super missiles, and then we'll just pop a last couple in here, and with good drops, should be in just comfortable shape. Is gonna not need to pop reserves, and what a beautifully executed GT fight there, and making it comfortably back into
Oh my
the
gosh.
refill station.
Super spark from Glove right there. It's worth mentioning the reason we fight GT in this category to get these supers is because when you get to Ridley, Ridley hits pretty much harder than anything else. But not only that, super missiles do 600 damage to Ridley, and they are the fastest way. They have the fastest DPS compared to any beams you're going to do. And the difference between supers can be life or death, like 25 supers versus 30. A 25 super fight is going to be a lot longer than a 30 super fight because you also have to do some beam shots in there. And we're also going to see X Factors probably by all of our runners, which is a special beam attack, which will add a little bit more firepower. And also for runners like MM2 and Glove doing a 30 super route, those X Factors will allow them to miss one or two supers and still be okay in the Ridley fight. So
right, we got a lot going on here.
Oh my God, worst room in the
Let's see
game.
real quick. So bottom left, Farflu took just a couple extra tries there to get through worst room in the game. Still has 3 energy tanks and a reserves. Meanwhile, we just had Glove get through their lava dive and hit the elevator, and now King of the Hill farming backup supers. And MM2 Nest cartridge also through and waiting to initiate their crystal flash. Folks, hold on to your build. Can get pretty intense. Very nicely done from Farflu, making their way a little bit over that nicely hidden but very welcomed energy tank and refilling now to a full 8 tanks. While King of the Hill makes short work of the worst room in the game.
Oh boy, that was a really bad thing. I think started a little too far left and saved that amphitheater jump there, but that was pretty hairy. Almost got caught by that pirate there. Farflu going to be the first of our runners to take the Ridley save. So Farflu
there's the Ridley save.
Thank goodness. King going into Firefly. Gosh. All right, so we're about to get to one of the most spectacular features of this entire run. Take a look at the bottom left. Farflu has to go through Wasteland, which has powerful Disgigas, which will just absolutely annihilate Samus if you break spin or if you take one misstep. And their patterns are relying on basically RNG. You can kind of manipulate them a little bit, but basically this is where everybody in Super Metroid learns that breaking spin is like the worst thing in the world. Farflu's showing that grapple for a little bit of a flex right there.
Let's keep our eye on the top left and bottom right. Both MM2 Nest Cartridge and Glove are into their GT fights here. Farflu doing a nice job farming up those pirates. Health looking quite a bit better over on Glove's side. But we still have 3 tanks in a reserve left here from MM2 Nest Cartridge and came in with a few extra supers, so should be just okay.
Glove is going to have to farm these little eggs here to get some supers to pump into GT. And the other problem is they did not get a good jump to get the supers into this fight. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a GT fight. And Glove is also going to have to make sure they have enough energy to collect that super, the entire reason we're doing this fight, before they leave this room. Although you could come back in here with the energy refill, but that would take up quite a significant amount of time. It does look like that's what Glove is going to do.
Yeah, beautifully done, beautifully done. MM2 Nest Cartridge making it through the GT fight and back to the energy refill, and so is Glove.
Wow.
None of our runners popping their reserve. And,
that is really smart by MM2, freezing those bugs there.
All right, and here's the final bit of farming, up to probably a full 25 supers on the bottom left of your screen for Farfelu. And we're going to be seeing similar grapple farm strats just here in a second for King as well. Getting pretty close to popping those reserves, but we'll get in time for their Crystal Flash, no problem whatsoever. So far, we're just a little bit ahead here. 22 supers. We're going to go for 3 more. Boy, howdy, there's just so much going on right now. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all of it.
You're telling me we've got dual farming going on between King of the Hill and Farfaloo. Farfaloo is going to be the first runner to get a crack at Ridley. I'm going to charge up a beam right here, going to stand in a special spot, wait for the beam to pump twice, go on out, and try to really, nail this. Oh, Farfaloo really being bold as brass.
Oh, and the second X Factor. Let's go. Each of those X Factors eliminate 2 super missiles. So with 25 supers and 2 X Factors, that's only 2 extra Wave Ice charge beam shots that need to happen there. Okay, not opting for any Ridley Pogo manipulations, but a clean fight so far. Waiting for Ridley to come down. Just behave, please, Ridley, please. 1 super into the tail, so we're going to need to go with a couple extra missiles here to make sure we break through. And Farfaloo counts beautifully, and an excellent grab is not going to even pop reserves. And I'll tell you, that's a textbook fight, folks. The action's not over. Go right up to the right side of your screen there.
Look at those manips.
Beautiful, beautiful pogo manips there. It's essentially a way to jump, break spin, and impact Ridley's RNG to keep Ridley pogoing down there on the floor.
Now that's a manip that, oh my god, King, that was spectacular. What an animal. What a beast. I have not... So I've seen some screw attack manips, but nothing like what King just did. Just absolutely bodying Ridley, kind of teasing Ridley right there, saying, you can't touch me, you can't hurt me, I've got screw attack, I've got this down. Those were 2 very incredible fights, and now it's just kind of a matter of RNG. If Farfaloo gets bad drops, it could help speed up King. If Farfaloo gets bad drops, King of the Hill gets good drops. That could bring them a little bit closer. Draygon swoops could bring that race a little bit closer. Sulis, Meridia, everybody handles it a little differently. I mean, when we get to that big grapple room there, Everest, when we get to Everest, we're going to see, wow, incredible. So we've got 2 first try Ridleys, Glove and MM2 going through the same gauntlet of enemies that we just saw King of the Hill and Farfaloo go through, and it's not over yet. The escape from Lower Norfair is far from free.
Yeah, you might even say it's Farfaloo from free, but here we go. Coming through those Skigas. No problem whatsoever. Plenty of energy, just over 2 tanks in reserve for Farfaloo. King coming through as well. Is going to want to make sure to pick up their 10th super, and they do. You'll notice that both of our runners have at least 10 missiles, 10 super missiles, and a big old 11 or more power bombs to make sure that they can Crystal Flash one last time. Very nice. Staying in spin jump there for Farfaloo at the bottom left, and making their way under 50 health, which is the trigger necessary for that sweet old Crystal Flash. And there you see that Crystal Flash for Farfaloo. First to do it. This is just excellent stuff from these runners. I cannot believe it. We're going to shift our attention away from those 2 runners and to the top left and bottom right. MM2 Nest cartridge and Glove now doing their pre-Ridley farms.
King, Crystal Flash, please. Thank you.
Yep, and that'll clip them up there. Beautifully executed. All right, 30 supers for MM2 Nest cartridge. And we're going to see a slightly different fight here. Probably just 1 X Factor start from MM, and then going straight to supers. Oh, one of those particles behaving very unfriendly-like, but does finally connect with Ridley. The 30 supers will make a big difference, though, for MM2 Nest cartridge, so a little bit less trouble than he would have been in with only 5. 25.
Unfortunately, with that problem on the opener, MM2. That problem on the opener is going to affect how Ridley's patterns. MM2 doing a really good job of handling it right now. Just a couple more supers to pump in, and then jump in the claws. Oh no! Don't get tailed. Okay. Oh no! Come on, Ridley, grab.
No, we're grabbed. We're good with a full reserve and 50 energy. We should be just fine here. No problem whatsoever.
I have
A little bit
pause
of pause manip.
abused.
I don't think the
Let's
pause abuse
go,
was necessary,
MM2.
but we're very happy that he played it safe. And there's that E-Tank. MM2 NES cartridge is safe, just in time for us to watch Glove go after Ridley. Nice X Factor to start. 3 supers. And there's that spin jump manip. Pop a bunch more supers in Ridley, no problem.
Come on,
Alrighty.
Glove.
Get back down here, Ridley. Thank you.
Nice job. Come on. Unfortunately, Glove's not going to make it. If they did not get tailed right there, they would have made it out of that fight. That was very well played. Little rough.
That is really unfortunate. 3 out of the 4 runners out, and Ridley was just being a big old jerkball there. So close. That's all right. We're with you, Glove. You got this.
So meanwhile, if you want to take a look, King of the Hill is farming up right now. Probably a lot more than I would right there. Farfaloo is extremely healthy too, which is really good for a race scenario. Getting that nice quick entry into Meridia that we saw Glove and MM2 attempt earlier. I didn't happen to see if they got it earlier. So we're going to see the first Meridia from Farfaloo. King is right on his tails. We're going to go up to Phantoon, fight Phantoon, do something called an ice clip to get into Phantoon, because normally you would need speed. There's also crystal flashes you can do as well, but what we're going to see here is we're going to see an ice clip into Phantoon, and then after that we're going to fight Draygon, which is an extremely unique and wonderful fight. Probably my favorite boss fight in all of Super Metroid, so we have that to look forward to in just a few minutes.
All right. MM2 NES cartridge getting the extra supers that he needed. Getting through that crystal flash and should be fine to escape lower Norfair. Alright, Bugs, just cooperate there on the bottom right, please. Don't need any more trouble from you, thank you very much.
This is such an odd category if you think about it compared to some of the other Super Metroid speedruns, because of so many of the fast moments and the quiet moments, and how you just go through absolute complete hell where you have to move as fast as possible so that you don't die, and then you end up doing Suitless Meridia where you move as slow as Samus can move in the game. So again, that juxtaposition of fast and slow, of calm and tense, is kind of, I think, one of the most fabulous, was absolutely one of the most fabulous parts about this game. And yeah, that was a real hot Suitless Meridia climb there from King of the Hill. Prof, these are gamers.
Yeah, gamers gaming hard. Sending all our energy down to the bottom right screen there. See those beautiful grapple strats from Glove using that farming tech. We're at 29 supers. We could use one more, please. There it is, the double super. Okay. And here we go, setting up that X Factor to start Ridley here. Meanwhile, you've got Farfaloo first to Phantoon. Falling a couple short there. Nice.
Farfaloo being pretty aggressive can take a few hits from Phantoon. Got Phantoon down, no problem. Saving super missiles for a crystal flash at Draygon.
Oh no! Oh no, Glove!
Oh, did Glove? Glove got hit again by Ridley.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately, going for one of the spin jump manips there, seems to jump at a slightly inaccurate time, and Ridley just went ahead and grabbed Glove, dropped Glove, and then pogoed down on top of their Samus. Oh man.
King of the Hill is not quite critical at Phantoon. Should have full reserves, so can take one more hit, but probably can't take 2 more hits. But we're in the safe zone right now. King gets through it, no problem. You know, Prof, I know Glove has to go through and fight Ridley again. Meanwhile, MM2 is going through his second suitless Meridia. But it's worth talking about right now the challenge that King of the Hill and Farfalu have for them coming up in the next couple rooms. You have to get through Coliseum, which I have named the Ace of Base room. And if anybody in chat can figure out why I named it the Ace of Base room, you get a prize. But they're going to have to go through Coliseum, and there's something that they can't do in the sand, something that, advice that they need when it comes to the sand to get through Coliseum without dying. And then after that, we have a spectacular dragon fight.
Oh, and a nice single block grapple grab from Farfalu will be taking his second save here in Meridia. I gotta tell you, Bob Nasik's Meridia, it's a beautiful place, full of water. Almost looks like it's gonna run right out the screen and just get your floor wet, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. All right, so in this dragon fight, Farfalu is intentionally taking damage, gonna try to bring his HP down below 50 so that we can execute a Crystal Flash. It's very important that Dragon grabs us during a Crystal Flash. She's gonna go down, give Samus a little hug, and has to do it right in the middle of a Crystal Flash so that the Crystal Flash is, it will convert Samus into something called a spike suit?
It's a flash suit there, but
flash suit?
Mm-hmm.
Flash suit. And then we'll have to convert the flash suit into a blue suit by getting a Shine Spark interrupted right there and Farfalu missing the quick grapple. But this is RBO. We have a lot of E-tanks. Oh my god. Dragon, please stop.
Well, the
Dragon's
only
getting a little spanky.
Yeah, let's make sure we grab this here. Should be okay with a lot of E-tanks. Now you can actually do this two different ways. Farfalu opting with all the extra E-tanks to just go ahead.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Prof. That was great, but Glove just got knocked off his power, off their power, and still pulled off the Crystal Flash. Like, I saw Aussie do the same thing. Holy cow. That's incredible. I wish I saw that. I want to thank EOD Tex for pointing that out. And oh my gosh, MM2. Where did MM2 save? Okay. MM2 took a save in Meridia. Smart play. It's pretty usual. You'll see a runner take a save in Meridia pre-Coliseum. Farfalu nailing the grapple escape, King of the Hill first timing Dragon. So, Prof, the run's not free right now, but I think the only real challenge between King of the Hill and Farfalu is who has the better movement. Not only who has the better movement, but who remembers to fight Kraid after Phantoon.
Don't want to forget
Glove
that
is
Satsuki
through
fourth
Ridley.
boss. Yeah, Glove having just not only an excellent save there on that misplacement from the power bomb, but in addition, just a beautifully clean Ridley fight, finishing with full reserves and 2.5 tanks. They're now going to farm back up, make sure that they get enough supers for their final Crystal Flash. Meanwhile, you see how that conversion of a flash suit to a blue suit allows our runners like King of the Hill to escape really nicely there. Oh, nice little wiggle and turnaround. Got to be careful not to get down into that sand pit. You don't want to become a mud mixer now here down in Meridia. Is that another Phantoon death there for MM2? Oh no.
So if you look at the amount of HP that MM2 has right now, can only take 1 or 2 hits from Phantoon. I would have to say that MM2 must not have a lot in his reserve tank. Yeah, I think Phantoon does about Yeah, he's got no hits to give, and this is a really, really extremely hard. My gosh, this is an extremely hard fight. So everybody send MM2 your energy. Yeah, he can take a projectile, but can't touch Phantoon's body.
Yeah, the issue is the double hit, of course, is you get locked in place there after that first hit, no iframes, and go ahead and take that second hit from Phantoon, and it's donezo.
I don't want to say like too much here, but I think looking at the distance, we're about to get a high five. We're about to get a high five from Farfalu and King of the Hill, and these runners are separated by less than a minute. 55 minutes into an RBO run. Are you kidding? This is nuts.
Get over in that left corner there, please, MM. Thank you so much.
Oh, Farfalu. Farfalu with the wherewithal to use the ice beam and not get grabbed by the yapping. Oh my god, how did he have the reflexes to do that? Farfalu would have gotten pulled straight through the sand right there. MM2, looking like he's going to survive this Phantoon fight, does make it through. This is unbelievable. For like an RBO showcase? Making their way out of Lower Norfair. Glove will have to remember to turn their ice beam back on before they get to Meridia. Should do a good job. And Prof, it's worth taking a moment to mention that this category is so hard that some of the very best players in the world still die and still have difficulty in this game. I mean, MM2 is the 30 super missile world record holder and has died twice. And the majority of the Super Metroid community that runs RBO gets 30 supers. So that shows you just like absolutely how hard this category is and what an incredible job of you're doing.
Yeah, this is a very difficult category for sure, and it's been a pretty wonderful showcase so far from our forerunners.
I think my RBO PB is like a full 10 minutes slower than the slowest person in this race. I'm at like a 124. I'm not as bold as they are to run these routes.
Alright, get your guesses in chat for big old Fanny Phantoon coming down here for Farfalu on your bottom left. It's going to be an easier fight than you might be used to in other categories. That plasma beam does 900 damage, so just 2 of those and a handful of missiles and you're through the soul Space Ghost, no problem whatsoever.
RBO having one of the more interesting features as it probably has the highest number of 2-round Phantoons compared to any other category. It's 2 missiles, and a charged plasma shot. Did you just say that, Prof? I tuned out for a second.
That's alright, I'm sure just a little bit of reinforcement's not a problem. Now hey, this is really interesting. Farfalu's letting Phantoon go off screen and seems to be getting at least a mid, if not a slow off-screen pattern. We might have ourselves a big old lead change here in a second. Because slow if you count the off-screen for Farfalu. Getting the first charge shot in. Of course, the same thing happening in King of the Hill, unfortunately. Phantoon just being a little bit of a jerkhead there. Ooh, Troll Center here from Phantoon on the bottom left and top right of your screen. Meanwhile, MM2 NES cartridge just trying to deal with some of these swoop patterns from Draygon.
So just to clarify for runners in chat, space jump does not work underwater. If you break the surface of water, you can space jump on top of it, but you need to bounce off into something else to do like a wall jump. And yeah, just like JD says, you need gravity suit. But not only that, MM2 really getting spanked there by Draygon. Another thing we didn't really talk about is we didn't talk about the grapple escape from Draygon's lair and just how difficult the grapple escape is. That's one of the gatekeeping. MM2 is not going to make it out of this. That's one of the gatekeeper. Oh my goodness. MM2 is going to get health bombed, and MM2 is going to survive. That is unbelievable. Wow. The gap has been closed on Farfaloo and King of the Hills race. Look at how close they are.
Yeah, they were 6 seconds separated, leaving Phantoon. And as was pointed out in chat, the only real difference between Farfaloo and King of the Hill right now are those extra safety saves from King. Farfaloo playing it quite a bit riskier, with no save until pre-Ridley. Alright, we're gonna get one, maybe two quick chances at this grapple escape tech on the top left of your screen from MM2. Okay.
No, don't do that grapple beam, you jerk. Come on, MM2, come on. Hey, he's gonna do it. Can't go under 20, can't get to 29 HP. Has to be out before he hits 29 HP. Jump, 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 jump high. We did it.
Oh, with plenty of health to spare, no problem whatsoever.
That is absolutely one of the most legendary things I have seen today.
Yeah, and opting for a refill here, I think that's just prudent here. Gonna get a refill and maybe even a safety save leaving. In the meantime, Glove taking care, making short work of Phantoon. Nicely done.
Both King of the Hill and Farfaloo remembering to kill Kraid. And this could come down to who makes the Kraid quick kill. This could come down to who gets baby skip. This could come down to who chooses to get Varia. I don't think King or Farfaloo will get Varia. So is one of them going to take a rainbow shot to the face? Are we going to get a save pre-Mother Brain? Like, what's going to be the difference between this race? All these things could possibly decide the winner of this absolutely insane RBO showcase. 4 separate routes, 4 different runners. Wow.
Yeah, I don't expect we'll be seeing the Varia suit. That's a silly suit for silly people, and you just don't need it in RBO. Beautifully executed. Kraid quick kill, 2 missiles, 3 supers for Farfaloo, and out the door. Getting some plasma action here from King of the Hill. Oh, we're gonna have a little bit of a stand-up. Well, it's prom season, folks. And, well, here we are at prom with our big green friend Kraid.
Love just had an epic moment of thought and did not turn around in the sand. Yeah, King did not get Zombie Kraid. He did the attempt in the right order. I don't remember what the order is for Zombie Kraid. But yeah, King averted a tragedy, is still behind Farfaloo, but definitely further now. Glove is about to do their dragon fight, so you're going to see the same thing again. Go ahead, Prof. Sounded like you had something to say. This is amazing. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, this is just beautiful stuff here from our runners. Farfaloo getting that nice refill, gonna make their way over towards the golden 4. Not far behind is King of the Hill on the top right. And here's one final chance to take a look at that flash shoot conversion on that interrupted crystal flash. 60 inputs on the directional pad in different directions, and you are free and clear with Draygon. Couple swoops here. Prefer not to have those. Draygon, why don't you just go ahead and do your thing, please? Make life a little easier. Here we go. Look at that. Beautiful execution from Glove. Initiating that Shine Spark, getting it interrupted and converting for a blue suit. You know you've got that blue suit when you see those beautiful echoes, as you see on the bottom right of your screen there. Samus has those beautiful underwater echoes. That's actually a pretty important part of this tech. We didn't have a chance to talk about this before. You can actually exit Draygon's room with just a flash suit, but it's quite a bit considerably more difficult to do that grapple escape. You have to be really, really careful with your inputs and essentially not blow your underwater spike suit. With the blue suit, no worries whatsoever. You don't have to be careful with your inputs. You just need to be able to execute this grapple jump escape.
Yeah, Chad is just about to pop off with the same thing that I was saying, is that you had King of the Hill going green Brinstar, and you had Farfelu go up red tower to go to G4. Farfelu at G4 like roughly 30 seconds before King will get there. Really amazing route divergence. I prefer the way that King went because I like the music better and I like the route better. It's a little bit more scenic. You know, you got those happy little trees and green Brinstar that you get to go past. And we are 4 statues apart at G4. So Farfelu will be the first one at Turian, but we're pretty much like a baby skip and stand up, like, you know, apart. My goodness. And the fact that the statues don't go down in reverse order pretty much proves that KPDR is the intended route the developers have. But yeah, it would be really cool if the statues broke back.
Alright, now you gotta be a little bit careful here in these Metroid rooms. You don't have gravity suits, so you go down into that acid and you start mixing mud down there, it can be pretty bad. So you're going to see these runners avoid going down into that acid. Nicely executed for Farfelu. And a couple nice drops along the way. MM2 cleaning up Phantoon nice and quick and easy. Much less of a problem there than our other 2 runners did before, so fortunately Phantoon behaving just a little bit more. Super count just a little bit low and a few dips in the acid there for King. Still an excellent race, and we're at a critical moment here. Let's see what happens with this baby skip. Could keep Farfelu way ahead, or could potentially even things up. Now with this baby skip, remember, it's just 2 hairs and some air. Nice and easy, okay?
I have like an ear-to-ear grin right now because of this absolute lit play that we're getting to see. Farfelu just nailing the baby skip. King coming up on his baby skip attempt. Glove getting ready to leave Meridia and head toward Phantoon. MM2 heading down toward Crade. So much going on. Such exceptional play. King is just going to damage down. So energy was so low, was going to need the refill anyways.
Point out on the bottom right there, that room that Glove just went through is really, really tricky to get through, and they did just beautifully getting through it. We can wave goodbye to Meridia for the last time, for the last of our runners. Meanwhile, Farfelu executing a beautiful Zeb skip, putting their way through, and just a couple supers short of finishing off Mother Brain 1. 1 extra missile there for good measure. And I'll tell you what, this is just an absolutely excellent run from Farfelu. We're just a few minutes from the end of the game here, and a potential first place finish. This is going to be an excellent race time.
This is mighty incredible, actually, for an RBO race. To have 2 runners finish like sub 115 is absolutely unreal in a race scenario.
We are getting 1 final save here from King of the Hill.
I like that. Pretty much when you get a save at the end, it pretty much ensures victory, that you're going to get the best of Mother Brain. Farfalu in the safe zone won't have to damage down. You just have to be below, like, I think it's like 320 energy to not get rainbow beamed again. I don't know. Farfalu knew the exact number and told me at one point, but because the rainbow beam only takes Varia's suit into account, so yeah, it would be a kill shot. I don't know. It is what it is.
And Glove, upon entering wrecked ship, just pulled
Got
off
the spark. Wow.
beautiful spark. You can do that with a 3-tap. You can do it with a stutter too. Didn't quite catch the inputs there, but boy howdy, that's just a beautiful job there from Glove. Gotta feel good to do that. Alright, here's the stand-up glitch. This is not intended by the developers. You're supposed to just be sitting all calm and cool over in that corner, just down in a crouch position. But instead, we find our way to force our way up with a certain amount of health and start delivering these plasma shots a little early to Mother Brain. 40 of these shots will do the trick. Our runners will probably try to hit somewhere between 30 and 39, and then just have a few hyper beam shots left to close things out.
Love using Dopplers on Phantoon. I wonder if they forgot they had plasma charge plasma beam. Full beam combo.
Yeah, I did miss the fight there, but I will say that Dopplers are a very useful improvisation from Glove. If you miss some of your early missiles and you don't have enough to do the normal plasma missile fight, you actually go right ahead and just use a couple Dopplers at the end and make up for the fact that you missed some of those missiles early on. No big deal. Sasreem being very kind and calling that the prof special. I did manage to pull that off in the marathon that I ran with Sasreem. So appreciate the credit there for that. Meanwhile, folks, you get ready to queue up those GGs in chat because Farfalu is about to close out with a 112. This is just really fantastic stuff. For anyone to run that kind of an RBO time is excellent. To be able to pull that off in a race with no deaths and I think maybe just the 2 saves, I mean, holy cannoli, folks, this is just a beautiful treat that we've been brought here today from Farfalu and from all of our runners. So let's go ahead and give them a big ol' thank you. Oh, that's okay. Well, there's any spark there, no problem whatsoever. Just going to go with the wall jumps up the side, and you gotta be really careful there because if you don't get that second charge without gravity, you can be in some real trouble down there, and it can be actually a dangerous place where you could potentially lose a run very late. So Farfalu making an adjustment, just deciding, hey, you know, I'm not going to screw around with it. Just finish this thing off. Just getting ready to touch down to the ship here. Looks like it'll be a 112 4x depending on Steam. And there it is, finishing in first place with a 1 hour, 12 minute, 41 seconds. Holy smokes, folks, that's just a beautiful RBO time.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Unbelievable gameplay. GG to Farfalu. This race was worth staying up late for. I'm glad that I was able to be here to do that. And we're not done yet. King of the Hill going to be right behind Farfalu. MM2 getting ready for his Metroid rooms, and Glove getting ready to take on Kraid.
Yeah, and we had the difference was a baby skip and about 2, maybe 3, if I remember correctly, extra saves. It's going to come down to just slightly over a minute for our runners. Boy howdy, they would have been within 10-20 seconds of each other without the baby skip and the saves. So an incredible performance from our top 2 finishers here, Farfalu and King of the Hill. King gonna come just a couple steam hits short of the 113 here. Does get the God Steam in the final room and touches down with a 114.03. Just about a minute and 20 seconds or so. Behind Farfalu in second place. Excellent race. GG there, King. Lit Metroid rooms, by the way, on the top left of your screen from MM. Really nicely done.
Very impressive stuff from all of our runners. Glove finishing off Crade. I wonder if Glove is going to go Red Tower or if Glove is going to go to Green Brinstar. I'm not sure how they finish out their route.
Well, you know what I always say, Kev? You just go ahead and you do what makes you happy.
It's a good plan, Prof.
A little bit of jump rope here for MM2. I always like jumping rope with the baby just for fun. MM2 getting through nicely. And on to the final segment of this run. Folks, go ahead and remember to follow the runners. We've had a really incredible show today so far, from MM2 NES Cartridge, King of the Hill, Farfaloo, and Glove. 4 deaths between 4 runners. And, you know, sometimes Ridley is just a little bit of a jerk. Fortunately, all of our runners getting through the other places very well. MM2 narrowly avoiding a death at Draygon. I gotta say, this is quite an impressive performance from the perspective of well, anyone running RBO, but especially in the context of a marathon race. You can go ahead if you want and throw us a follow. I have Nassix and Professor School, also better known as Professor Ross and Bob Nassix tonight. We both run a little bit of Super Metroid ourselves, and, well, we're happy to have you come over into the stream anytime for just a little bit of chill relaxation.
So the stand-up glitch here that MM2 is going to do, that our others have done, if you're below a certain health threshold point, oh, MM2, if you're below a certain energy threshold, Mother Brain 2's cutscene will be initiated where the Metroid will come on screen and grab her just like that, and you see MM2 staying up in the air in the corner, and the reason he's doing that is, well, so that we can kill Mother Brain just a little bit faster throughout this cutscene. And there's one more time you have to be off the ground. You'll see that little kneel in the air. If MM2 had been on the ground during that kneel, he would have been stuck to the floor. Probably would have ended up getting kicked in the way to the soft lock potentials on stand-up, but we won't see that today. Although I am calling that a little early.
The baby's well positioned here, and MM2 should be just fine. Really nice resources for Glove down on the right hand of your screen. There are already 18 supers coming into room 2. Should put them in a very comfortable position for the rest of the run. Very nice stand up there from MM2. And he'll be closing this out. Well, going for that multi-stutter tap, a very, very short shine spark. That'd be quite a short charge there if you can pull it off. See 36% on the bottom left of your screen, 37 on the top right. I believe the only difference was a single missile pack. King coming in with 25 missiles to lower Norfair, Farfaloo having 20. Otherwise, boy, they were neck and neck the whole time. Put on quite a show for us.
It was really nice to see the difference in both Farfaloo and King of the Hill's route. Those would be two really neat videos to play side by side. especially when you saw that Farfelu went back down for the early Bryn tank and King of the Hill opted to not go with that. So there wasn't anything I would say any of the runners did very poorly. They executed very well. Farfelu was able to have enough energy to do the baby skip and just had a little bit smoother. Well, didn't take some of the saves that King of the Hill did. So really, I'd say their play was about identical. King of the Hill played a little bit more safer with saves, but both of them executed phenomenally. MM2, if you discount the deaths, MM2 did a very, very good job. Got a first try. Ridley just happened to have a route that just takes a little bit more time than King of the Hill and Farfelu, but still did a fantastic job. Glove, you know, without you discount the Ridley deaths, Glove did a phenomenal job. Glove going for a speed Zeb skip.
Oh, very nearly getting it. By the way, get your GGs into chat there for
yes,
MM2.
GG
That's
MM2.
Partridge, finishing in third place with a 1:19.59. Very excellent time here in RBO. And there's the speed Zeb skip. Very useful tech in some of our low percent categories, and obviously very useful in a lot of randomizer situations.
The amount of tech we've seen on display tonight is just out of this world. Same category, 4 different runners, 4 different routes, so many different strats through the hundreds of rooms that we've seen. Spectacular performance. And let's just sit here and just take in this last Mother Brain fight for this category.
20 fully charged plasma shots is all it should take. Really excellent performance from our runners today. We want to thank everyone for joining us through this excellent Joy of Speedrunning episode. Keep in mind that we've got some additional Super Metroid runs still in the future for the SNES Super Stars Marathon. We still have a GT Classic race. That's a really excellent, exciting category. We still have a any percent classic old route run.
And coming up next, we have 2 very special round hack runs at Twister. I believe Tracy M will be on comms. I know one of them is Super Duper Metroid. I'm not sure what the other one is, but I would stay tuned if you can, because Twister is a spectacular Super Metroid ROM hack runner. Holds many world records with ROM hacks, and who Redesign is next, and then followed by Super Duper Metroid. So I think that's going to be a phenomenal display of ability. So check it out. Not till later this weekend. Well, you can put the schedule in there. But anyways, Glove, they are about to finish their Mother Brain stand-up in just a few minutes here, and then head on off to the ship. And it's been wonderful doing comms with you here tonight, Professor School. And like I said, I tried my best, but I had a lot of fun. It was really nice being here with you tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree there, Kevnastics or Bobnastics. I've had a fantastic time, and this is about the highest that my energy's been all day long. I was just super excited to be here and watch this excellent performance. If this is your first time joining us for a Super Metroid race, please go ahead and consider joining over in the Discord. We got a beautiful set of people there, really helpful with strats and the like, and maybe you could be featured in one of the next marathons for Super Metroid. Alright, looking like a 124 here for Glove. Mother Brain is dead and gone. You can queue up your GGs in chat for our final runner. They've all done just an excellent job today. Do the extra safeties there that MM2 got. Extra pack of supers, I believe an extra pack of missiles, and 1 extra energy tank. Due to that double Meridia dip.
One last moonfall for the fans. Oops, I typed GG into the chat twice. GG Glove and GG Farfaloo. Farfaloo was the winner of our race tonight, followed by King of the Hill 47, followed by MM2 NES Cartridge, followed by Glove. One of the more difficult categories, one of the most volatile main categories in Super Metroid. One of my favorite runs, one of my favorite categories to play. I hope you all enjoyed the showcase today. I'm not sure if we have time for just come in for an interview or not. We'll find out. But thank you very much for listening tonight, and stay tuned for more SNES Super Stars action with Ajder on deck with Super Metroid Redesign.
All right, folks. Well, I'll tell you what. We have a long redesign run coming up, and we are a little bit behind on schedule. So I think we're going to pass on interviews for today. But we do want to give one big last GGs to all 4 of our runners, Farfaloo, Glove, King of the Hill, and MM2. I hope y'all can hear me now. You did just an absolutely wonderful job tonight. And I think it's pretty late for all of us. So on behalf of my co-commentator, Kevnastics, I've been Professor School. This has been the joy of speedrunning and Super Metroid After Dark. Very glad to have you with us, and we will see you next mission. Good night.